Liverpool bounced back from defeats against Wolverhampton and Manchester City to beat Brighton by 1-0. The Reds struggled to break through Brighton's defence in the first half, but in the second, Mohamed Salah was brought down by Pascal Gross and made no mistake from the spot. Liverpool extend their gap at the top of the Premier League to 7 points.
On the good days, everybody can win football games. On the average day, not a lot of teams can football games. On bad days, pretty much only a few can win football games. Today was not a bad day, but it was a difficult day for us. It was just a difficult game because, and we have to say that, Brighton is doing really well. So we played a lot of times against a 4-5-1 system, but how they do it is different.
In Saturday's other Premier League matches, West Ham beat Arsenal in the London derby thanks to a great effort from Declan Rice. Burnley came from behind to beat Fulham, and in the late game Chelsea edged past Newcastle thanks to goals from Pedro and from Willian. Tottenham will look to continue their strong start to the year on Sunday when they welcome an in-form Manchester United side to Wembley. Although Spurs coach Mauricio Pochettino has been linked to the Manchester United job, current United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has won all 5 games since taking over from Jose Mourinho in December. Pochettino dismissed the rumours linking him to the position at Old Trafford and insisted that he's focused on the task at hand.
Of course, when you are a manager, when you are a coach, you cannot be focused on all the rumours. The most important is the motivation that we have to do our job in our best way. Of course, Manchester is going to come Sunday to try to win. Of course, for him it's a massive motivation to play, or the challenge to manage Manchester United. Like for me, it's a massive challenge to be in front to this football club, Tottenham.
Despite winning all 5 games while in charge at Man United, the trip to Wembley is clearly Solskjaer's biggest test at the head of the club where he played for over a decade. Paul Pogba is set to return to the starting lineup after missing their FA Cup game against Reading. Paris Saint-Germain continue to hold a dominant grip on the Ligue 1 title with a 3-0 away win against Amiens on Saturday. The French champions opened the deadlock in the second half thanks to an Edinson Cavani penalty. Rising star Kylian Mbappe then doubled the visitors' lead after a quick counter-attack. Marquinhos added a third. Handball World Championship, France made it 2 wins in 2 days as they overcame Serbia 32-21. Les Bleus only led by 3 at the half, but Serbia appeared to fall apart after the break. Paris Saint-Germain player Nedim Remili was in fine form, scoring 5 goals, as was Ludovic Fabregas, who also added 5. Marcel Hirscher produced an incredible comeback to win the men's giant slalom in Adelboden, Switzerland on Saturday. The Austrian, considered by many as the greatest alpine skier of all time, trailed after the first run, but some fantastic skiing in the second run saw him overtake his rivals, finishing with a combined time of 2 minutes and 26.54 seconds to claim his 8th career victory in Adelboden. His Norwegian arch-rival Henrik Kristoffersen dominated the first run and ended up in second place. With that, he remained second in the overall World Cup standings. France's Thomas Fanara was third, beating his compatriot Alex Pinturol to finish just over a second behind the time set by Hirscher. The Austrian legend spoke after his 66th World Cup victory.
It is always very important to give 100%, and on the other hand, to have a perfect setup on my feet, and this worked amazing in the second run, so I think this is one of the most important thing for this success.
Johannes Bö raced to yet another biathlon victory, this time in the men's 12.5-kilometer pursuit in Oberhof. The Norwegian finished second in the 10-kilometer sprint on Friday and made amends on Saturday, where he continued his magnificent start to the skiing season to claim the win. France's Martin Fourcade was neck and neck with Bö. However, during the shooting, Bö missed once and Fourcade missed twice, losing him time. In the end, the Frenchman came close to the podium, finishing 4th. Second and third went to Lucas Hofer and Arndt Pfeiffer as they tried to reduce the gap with the Norwegian. But Bö stayed focused, crossing the line first once again. In the women's biathlon pursuit in Oberhof, Lisa Vitozzi skied to victory in the German snow. The Italian, who won a bronze medal in last year's Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, looked in good shape from the get-go, missing just one of her 4 shots. She then took a commanding lead, and her opponents never came close to closing the gap as she crossed the line without any opposition. Slovakian biathlete Anastasia Kuzmina finished second, and France's Anne Chevalier completed the podium in Germany. In the Rugby Champions Cup, Bath edged past Wasps 18-16 in a back-and-forth thriller on Saturday. In the late games, Edinburgh came from behind to beat Toulon, and the Scarlets thrashed Leicester Tigers 33-10. On Sunday, Castres go up against Exeter and Lyon take on the Saracens.